Hi there. Thank you. Today, about how to stop being overwhelmed by thoughts. Use this simple technique I'm going to show you in this video. And thank you for all the interactions. A lot of them were about thoughts, being overwhelmed by thoughts, how to get away from this incessant streaming of thoughts. Let's start with a simple statement. There is thoughts and there is you. Like in a drawing, there is a person and there is a cloud with a thought. They are two separate things. And no matter how it feels, whether it feels you are being overwhelmed by thoughts, you are drowning in the thoughts, you are completely overrun by the thoughts, they stay separate. The distance does not change. There is you and there is the thoughts. The thoughts are circling all the time, non-stop, 24/7. They do not stop. But it is your engagement with the thoughts that makes you feel the overwhelm. If you do not engage, there is no overwhelm. If you dismiss them, if you just say, rubbish, not interested, don't care, who cares, nonsense. If you just dismiss them like that, if you establish this dialogue with them and dismiss them like that, the moment they appear, they will dissolve. And then you repeat this process again, again, and again. You have to be persistent. You have to stick with it. You have to be disciplined. These are the things that are a must. And you have to do it daily, on a daily basis. Whenever this thing starts, the thoughts start rising and then forming these chains, and you feel an overwhelm, you stop engagement completely. You tell them, rubbish, nonsense, don't care, who cares, not interested. They will dissolve. Interact in this way. Do not show interest. Do not go into the content. Because it is your attachment to these thoughts that creates the feeling of overwhelm. You have to really be aware of this. Also use the breathing. I have a lot of videos on my channel about the breathing, how to get away from surface thoughts and so on and so on. The breathing is so important. Focus on the breathing, in breath, out breath, in breath, out breath, in between. And use the mantra Buddha that I always recommend, because it just helps you focus. Focus is very important. And then just repeat this. Non-interest, dismissal of the thoughts. Short. Don't go into them. Do not engage. It works. It definitely works. And with time, the thoughts will bother you less and less. They will still be circling somewhere in the background, but they will be fading into the background. You won't even notice them. You will acknowledge their presence, but you won't interact with them. There will be no overwhelm. There will be no overrun by the thoughts. You will not identify with the thoughts, which is what is happening at the moment. This identification will drop completely. Just try, start practicing straight away. Once you develop a habit out of this practice, you won't even know you're doing it. It will just be completely automatic, and that's what you want. You want it to become automatic. And you want to regain the peace, complete peace of mind and equilibrium, balance. Because this is the natural state of mind. It's the peace. It's not the fluctuation on the surface. People think they are thinking when they're engaging with the surface thoughts, when they interact with the surface thoughts, when they attach themselves to the surface thoughts. But this is not real thinking. Real thinking is when the mind is still, when the mind is not moving and it's accessing all the knowing inside the mind, and then you can contemplate anything you want in depth. That's what real thinking is. All this surface stuff is just attachment to these surface fluctuations. And once you gain this distance between yourself and the thoughts, you can observe them, and it could be quite fun. There is so much crap, sorry about the word, going on, so much nonsense, so much hearsay, gossip, like all the things from the surface level that are really not important, absolutely not important. So stop your engagement, start doing it today, straight away. Whenever there is a feeling of overwhelm, go on with it. Whenever there are thoughts that are just rubbish, go on with it, tell them. And you will see the difference. You will be amazed at how quickly the things turn around. And you regain this peace and balance of the natural state of the mind. And also, as I said, use my channel to sort of get acquainted with the breathing, with the focus on the breathing, like in-breath, out-breath, out-breath, Buddha, Do, and so on and so on. Combine the two. It becomes even more efficient. But it works. Either way, it works. Again, thank you for all the interactions. It makes my life much richer, and it sort of deepens my understanding of things. Thank you. Bye-bye.